Hello everybody, and welcome to another live stream Friday, the first edition of 2017. That feels nice to say. Anyways, at least this will be my first review of the year. First foundation, fresh out of the oven. Been waiting for this for some months now. So I thought that since I received it today, I'm gonna do it like a quick first impressions. As always, some foundations I might not like them right away, and I need to play around with them. So I mean, unless it's really bad that I cannot see it, you know, workable, usually these are just like first impressions and nothing like set in stone. But yeah, so I ordered this on, I think it was on Thursday that it got released, either Thursday or Wednesday I ordered it, and it arrived today finally. And one thing that I wanted to mention before anything is that they released the shade number 1. So if you've been a long time Armani fan, you know that the lightest skin tone color that they were releasing was the shade 2, which is more of a yellow undertone, and it's more like an NC 10 to 12, 13, something like that. And usually in some collections they would bring out a white shade. So in the Maestro Glow they brought a white shade. Luminous Silk some years ago they brought a white shade. Face Fabric Foundation they had a white shade, which was number 8. But yeah, anyways, usually if I pick the number 2, I have to always mix it with something white. But I was excited to see that they had the shade 1, which actually is considerably paler than the shade 2. Now, granted, this is more of a pinkish undertone, so just to keep that in mind. If you have very strong yellow undertones, you might not like this one. But yeah, this is the packaging, very gorgeous. I really like the red detail here. It looks very oriental in my opinion. I like the fact that the name of the foundation is in red, and then there is like black cap, black text, and then, you know, like it emphasizes the how to say, the foundation name. I had a brain fart. Speaking of which, I rescued a bird today, and I'm trying to wait and see if he's gonna get better. I've tried to release him a couple times. He doesn't want to leave. So if he's not leaving by like an hour or so, then I'm bringing him to the wildlife rescuer, which I know her, so I know that she's gonna take care of him and she's licensed and all that. But yeah, like she's overflown. She has like a lot of birds now, so she's not just thinking about anything. Like if I can manage it and make him like go fine today, then that'll be it. So he looks fine. He's just like, it's freezing temperatures here, so I suspect that he might not want to go out in the cold because it's so cold here. So yeah, anyways, if you see me a little bit off, it's because I have a little bit on my mind with the bird. Like I am very protective of birds, so yeah. Anyways, for accurate swatches and descriptions and all of that, there will be, I'll post on my Instagram and on my website. I'll always post swatches there. Now, sometimes the swatches are not accurately looking because of course of how the light reflects on the foundation. You know, like my camera, I don't really have now a great camera like I'm taking with my iPhone. My other camera that I use for swatching is gone, like it stopped working, and I haven't put more money into that, so that's why. But anyways, I'll try to do my best in the description so that you know what shade it is. But this is more of an between an NC and W, I want to say 7, 8, 9-ish. It's not a NCNW05. It's a little bit darker than that. So yeah, let's get into it. I mean, there isn't really much else that I can tell you because I don't know any more than you guys know. So I washed my face and I applied my sunscreen so that it would be freshly applied and not like many hours later, so that there isn't like I don't know, dry flakiness or whatever interacting. So this is the texture. Sorry. I'm not sure. Can you see me? Hello? Hi. Are you guys seeing me well? Please let me know in the chat room if you're seeing me well. Is everything okay still? Like, are you guys seeing me? Please give a thumbs up if you're seeing me, or say I see you, so that I know that I'm not gonna start doing a okay, cool. So this is a foundation, pretty runny, I want to say. So let's see what happens. It dries very fast, so this has to be worked really quickly, in my opinion. I might do at some point like a comparison between this one and the UV lasting silk one. Where's my beauty blender? Okay, here. So okay, so it does look like it has some pretty decent coverage. It smells pretty nice. It smells powdery, in my opinion. It's hard to describe the texture. I mean, it is between, it has a jelly, like it's very fresh when you apply it, but at the same time it sets very quickly, but it's also creamy, so it is hard for me to describe exactly. So, but what I'm noticing is that this has to be worked really, really fast, otherwise it's hard to blend it. So it's a very, very fast setting foundation. Probably good for certain weathers or certain skin types. I'm gonna see if I can build it up actually. And by the way, I'm using the Real Techniques, this whatever the name is. I mean, it's expert face brush, because in my opinion, for me at least, I can build the most coverage with this one by patting or pushing the product in. So that's why I picked that one. And usually with the Beauty Blender, I cannot build coverage. I can only blend the edges. So let me stand up quickly and show you in a better way. So here, for being a matte foundation, I'm surprised that it only barely clings to the dry areas, because now I'm using a stronger concentration of retin-A. Now I've added the vitamin C from Niod back onto my skincare, so it is a little bit irritated, so there is some flakiness going on, but I'm surprised that actually with the foundation you cannot really see those flakes. Like, oh, here's my because normally it would be like the case that when it's dry or irritating my skin when I'm starting those treatments like stronger. Again, it usually flakes up, and even like moisturizing foundations tend to cling to those flakes. But in this case, it's like really nothing. Muffy, seriously, like seriously, go back on the shoulder. Go back on the shoulder. Oh my gosh, Muffy, go there, go there. Okay, well, whatever. You ain't going anywhere, right? Yeah, come here. Okay, well, whatever. So I'm actually it's not matte. Like it feels like it would be matte, but once it's on the skin, I mean, look at that. It has that skin glow. It's not like powdery. It's really nothing like powder. So I'm not sure. Like, I read a lot of descriptions that said that it was powdery. I'm not exactly sure what they mean by that now. I'm quite impressed because it looks pretty fine to me. And probably it would look even better when my skin isn't flaking. So, I mean, it doesn't cling to anything. That's why I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. I'm gonna use it under my eyes because supposedly it has, like, you know, concealer coverage or something. And it smells so good. If you're sensitive to scents, like, this smells to me like powder, you know, powdery fragrance. For me, it's very soothing. But if you're like sensitive to scents, you probably won't like this. And again, I'm gonna try, just for the fun of it, in the beauty blender, I added a dot, and I'm gonna try and see like what can I cover with that. As I suspected, with the beauty blender, you can't really cover that much. But gosh, this is a really gorgeous foundation. Well, I mean, I tend to like everything that Armani comes out with, so that's no surprise. I'm gonna use this brush to actually like do more detailed work. I have like some stuff to cover here. I tend to like this. It's very, very good for small spot areas. It's, I don't know, it just keeps the concealer where you want it to be, and then it's like the edges aren't harsh, so you can easily blend them. And I'm adding a bit more here because I did not add any. I'm gonna blend it. No, I'm surprised. You know what? It's the first time that it happened this to me. Well, the reverse, you know, like first time that when I'm swatching, I'm not really fond of something, and then when I'm trying on my face, it is really good. So, and actually, I'm not sure what they mean by powdery matte. I'm trying to find that, but really, like, and I have zero oil now. Like, my skin is quite dry, so I'm not sure if you can tell, but it has like a, you know, like a natural skin tone. Oh my gosh, Muffy, you want to come? Oh gosh, he wants to be on the camera. It has like a natural, well, of course, I mean, here, that's where I have like really, really, really bad flaking, so that's normal. I mean, it's not the foundation's fault, it's that I have flaking, so there is really nothing to do besides powering through it and the flaking is going away. But on the areas that there is no flaking, is just check out the, it has like a glow. It's not a flat foundation at all. It's quite, yeah, I see what they mean by matte, but it's not the powdery matte that I have in my mind. Like, there is, for example, Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. It has a more matte finish than this one, and this is not sticky at all. It's very velvety. Exactly, it has a like a velvet finish, but it's not silicone-ish. It's like with velvet. Oh, hard to describe. Muffy, go on my shoulder, please. Come on. Bye. So now I'm gonna use it under my eyes. That's the true test, because there is like desert dry, like really dry problem area. So let's see how I can make it work there. So there you go. Oh my gosh, Muffy, come on. Seriously, move away. Thank you. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Wow. This is much more comfortable than, for example, MAC Studio Fix Fluid, which feels, at least to me, it feels very tightening, like overly drying. Urban Decay All Nighter feels very, although it's quite lightweight for the amount of coverage that it provides, it still feels like you have a mask on your face. It has a slight tackiness. This one does not. It's just like velvet. And I mean, look at under the eyes. That's just, it did not emphasize any of my dryness, and it covered everything. You know, it looks like skin. I don't know how much closer I can come. Like, probably nobody ever sees you like this except yourself. But look. So overall, these first impressions, I am astonished. Like, seriously, I wouldn't have expected to like this much. Probably when my skin is less flaky and I have like prepared everything properly and primed it properly and whatnot, it will look even much better, like even better. That's, I just made up. But yeah, awesome product. I'm gonna make a swatch for you guys with some of the other, like, I was thinking maybe Cover FX N0. If that works for you guys. And maybe MAC W10, like full coverage. Wait a second, grabbing that one. You guys can check a little bit what it looks like. So W10, which one was it again? This one, okay. It's really W10. So this is like the W10 from this palette, which is a little bit lighter than the MAC full coverage. So here it is. So this is the MAC full coverage W10. This is the Armani Power Fabric in 1, and this is the Cover FX N0. So as you can see, it is a in between these two, especially if you blend it out now. It is in between these two, more approximating to the Cover FX N0 in terms of undertone. So it is pretty neutral, if you wish, compared to the MAC W10. But yeah, I think it's pretty awesome that Armani has made something that's, you know, so light, and actually it doesn't oxidize badly. I mean, it oxidizes hair because it is, after all, more of a towards the matte end of things. And yeah, I just think it's gorgeous. I probably gonna have a lot of use for it. So since I've done this, I thought, why not do the rest of my face? I'm gonna contour with La Prairie loose powder in shade 2. I actually really like this for contouring. Not sure if you can tell. Yeah, probably you can tell in the camera. It adds just a little bit of dimension if you're very fair. Oh my gosh. Someone is trying to call me. Sorry for these difficulties. My mom is trying to call me on FaceTime, and every time I have FaceTime on, like when someone tries to call me on FaceTime, it freezes the live stream. I don't know why. So here's the contour. Like, it's very, very subtle. Nothing dramatic. Can you guys still see me? Let me know so that I haven't lost you. What shall I do? I'm gonna just use a bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Gold Bar. Just the first one that I grabbed here. So there goes that. And I'm gonna be using one of my favorite blushes, which is the Chanel Rouge Profond. Here it is. And I actually grabbed a MAC one, I don't know what, it's this funny shaped thing. And I'm just dipping here, and actually I find that this brush, it's pretty neat with these annoying Chanel blushes that tend to dry with time. This brush is a little bit harsher on texture. It's a little bit more not only dense, but it has a certain harshness, so it picks up the product even if the product isn't like completely smooth or, you know, creamy. If the product has dried out a little bit, this is a lifesaver because it does make it workable again, like you can use it. So but it's not the best at blending, so you have to like have something else to blend the foundation, the blush with it. It just deposits the color very well, but that's about it. This blush just gives like a quite natural finish. And I was thinking perhaps I'm gonna be trying out the new lipstick that I got from Armani today as well, and this is the Rouge Ecstasy in 500 Eccentrico. So it's said to be a CC cream for lips, so we'll see. I really love the magnetic packaging. I mean, this is a gorgeous packaging. This is a true bubblegum pink. It is, if you compare it to the lip Maestros, this has way less coverage and it's much more like a lip balm. With the lip magnets, obviously it has way less coverage, and this has more shine, and it's not it's not like an ink. So I can see why they would say that this is like their CC cream for lips, because it's not really the highest coverage product that they're offering. So yeah, I think that's about it for me and the first impressions. There isn't much else that I can tell you guys. I can show you again. I personally like it. Probably I'm gonna like it more when my skin stops peeling and I have, you know, not just applied sunscreen as my moisturizer, because I just literally washed my face and applied sunscreen and that's it. So my face is pretty dry right now. Let me check. I didn't actually pay attention with. Oh yeah, it has a smell. It has a faint scent to it. Oh, and by the way, check it out. Did you see? It's not. It's still creamy, so it's not like overly powdery. It has a silicone velvet. It's almost like you're touching a rose petal. That's what it feels like, and you can see that it doesn't really oxidize that much. So that's something that's really cool about it. So I would definitely recommend it. I think that even dry skins could make it work if, for example, you prime your face with the Armani Prima oil primer, or you just use an oil-based product on your face. Probably this will look equally gorgeous. It will provide a lot of coverage. You can use it under your eyes. It does not emphasize any dryness. It just looks very natural, very airbrushed. So although this probably is more aimed to oilier skin types, I would still use this on someone that has a more drier type, just by priming it a little bit differently, because it does not have that powdery cracking type of a finish. It's more of a soft velvet look, and it still has a lot of dimension, which I really like. So anyways, I'll probably upload these swatches when I can on my website. I've put a swatch, like, although a crappy swatch, on my Instagram, and I'll post the next few days more looks with this one and playing around with it to see like what works best, like what primers and whatnot, and I'll let you guys know. So yeah, that's about it for today. And you want to say hello? Say, and yeah, from me and Muffy, we're gonna go say bye-bye. I'm gonna try and kick the bird out, not this one, the actual other bird that's in the box, and I'm hoping that he's gonna actually fly off. And yeah, so say bye-bye. Say bye-bye, like say bye. No, he doesn't want to say that. Okay. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.